The February housing market data is in, and I am here to break it down for you. As I do every month, today I'll be breaking down the latest numbers for my top 5 communities here in the West Valley. These top 5 are based on my opinion, and I rank them on where they're located, how close they are to shopping and restaurants, schools, freeways, and healthcare. So let's jump right in this week. I'm going to start with my personal favorite, and that is Verrado. This is a master plan community that is located in Buckeye, Arizona. It has both an all ages and a 55 plus portion by the name of Victory. It has 2 18-hole golf courses, pools, fitness centers, miles of hiking trails, and it's at the base of the White Mountains. So it has some really incredible views, lots of palm trees, schools, shopping, and restaurants are all right inside of this community. So it's very sought after here in the West Valley. So I'm going to cover the all ages portion of Verrado first. Our average sale price in February was $638,819. That number ticked up from January just a little bit, as did the number of sales that we had, which was 26 compared to 24 in January. We also have another 25 homes pending. So things are moving pretty steadily here in Verrado. Our days on market in February improved from 110 days to just 84 days, which still seems like a lot, but we have 120 active listings, which amounts to just over 4 months of inventory, and almost 20% of those are new construction because we are still building in here. So that means if you are trying to sell your home right now, you are competing with those builder incentives. And that includes things like rate buy downs. They'll give you money towards closing costs, maybe upgrades. So that's what you're competing with. And as a resale, you're going to want to get creative with your real estate agent to entice some of those buyers away from those builders. And what you have going for you is you have landscaping done, you have window treatments and ceiling fans and all of the things that a lot of times these new builds don't come with. So you do have a leg up when it comes to that. And there are a lot of buyers out there that don't want to have to deal with the landscaping and upgrades. So if you price your home competitively and offer some incentives, you're going to attract those buyers and your home will sell. So if we move on to Victory, which is the 55 plus portion of Verrado, our average sale price in February was $657,937. And that number just ticked down a little bit. And I think that's because we have lots of buyers that come out during the winter months, those snowbirds that are looking for maybe a second home to get out of that cold. And those buyers are not really looking to spend a ton of money. They don't need anything huge. They're just going to be here part-time. So for example, 10 of the 16 homes that were sold were under 1,900 square feet. They were 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, and all of those homes were under 600,000. So that's kind of my belief on why that's happening. So also the builder K Hovnanian is selling a smaller product right now. They have villas and cottages that are selling in the high 4s to low 5s. So a few of those closed last month too. And then we have 54 active listings right now, which amounts to just under 6 months of inventory. And our average day on the market dropped from 90 days down to 80 days in February. So that's an improvement as well. Our next community is Vistancia. This is located in Peoria, Arizona. It's another very popular community. It has 2 golf courses, pools, there's shopping, schools, and restaurants all inside the community. It also has an all ages and a 55 plus portion, and that's called Trilogy. So we're going to start with the all ages portion first. The average sale price in February decreased quite a bit to $651,712 from $865 in January, and that's with 22 homes selling. However, this is really more on point with what the average sale price is in this area. I think the average sale price for December and January was inflated a little bit due to quite a few homes selling in there that were over $1 million, and 3 were coming in close to $2 million, which kind of skewed those numbers for a couple months. $651,000 as an average sale price for Vistancia is more on point with that area. Inventory is still pretty high in here. We have 144 active listing, which amounts to almost 6.5 months of inventory. And the average day on the market did drop in there from 77 days in January to 70 in February. So that's good as well. Moving on to Trilogy, which is their 55 plus portion of the community. It's gated, it has a golf course, and it has 2 rec centers. This part of the community is completely built out, so these are all resale numbers in here. Average sale price in February increased to $783,017, with 15 homes selling compared to 18 in January. Last year in February, we had 13 homes sell, so we are doing a little bit better this February. There were 2 homes that sold for over $1 million, so that brought our average up a little bit, and 60% of the home sales in February were over $700,000. So this community is really doing well as a resale community with the mature landscaping and the golf course and the 2 rec centers. It really feels like a resort when you drive through the gates there. Inventory remains pretty steady in there at a little over 6 months of inventory, with 82 active listings sitting on the market for about 71 days. Our next community is in Goodyear, Arizona. This is another gorgeous master plan community called Estrella Mountain Ranch. It has 2 large lakes in their all ages community, and then in their active adult area called Canta Mia, they have about 9 smaller lakes, and it's nestled up to the Sierra Estrella Mountains. So you have really beautiful views there. They do have a golf course, plus their shopping, schools, and restaurants all right inside of the community. Our average sale price in February in their all ages community was $623,945, which did tick up a little bit from January, with 26 homes sold compared to last February when it only had 18. So sales appear to be off to a better start than last year in this community. There are still 150 active listings in here right now, which equates to about 5.66 months of inventory. 10% of those are new construction, and our average stay on the market is about 98 days. So there is a lot to choose from, and prices range from about $350,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath to $2.8 million for a custom 7-bedroom, 7-bath home that's for sale right now on over an acre. Let's keep an eye on that one and see when it sells. Moving on to Canta Mia at Estrella Mountain Ranch. This is their 55 plus portion of the community. Average sale price in February came in at $433,383, which stayed pretty flat from January. There were 5 home sales with an average day on the market of about 109 days. We are seeing inventory continue to climb in there with 61 active listings, which amounts to almost 11 months of inventory. They are still building in there too, and that accounts for about 14% of the homes in there that are new construction. And last year, this time, there was about 4.5 months of inventory. So there were 11 home sales. So sales in this community still remain pretty slow. Moving on to another beautiful community in Goodyear, Arizona called Pebble Creek. This one is strictly 55 plus active adult. It is a gated community. It has 3 golf courses. It's close to freeways, shopping, and restaurants. It's very centrally located, and it's super amenity heavy. So there's lots to do in that community. Average sale price in February was $592,039, which is staying pretty steady. It may have dropped just a hair. There were 28 home sales compared to 18 last February, so that's a really good sign. And there are still 28 more pending. We have 77 active listings currently, with an average day on the market of about 62 days. And that's compared to January when we had 104 active listings. Our inventory has ticked down a hair to just 4.5 months. So overall, this community is very strong in terms of buyer desire. And out of the communities in the West Valley, this community has the most number of pickleball courts, which is 36. So this continues to be a really big draw. And if you are a huge fan of pickleball, this might just be your community. The last community I'm going to cover is Sterling Grove, and this community has both an all ages and 55 plus living. They have an 18-hole golf course. They have a spa, a fitness center, restaurants. It's close to shopping. It has great freeway access too. It does have really great views of the White Tank Mountains. It does require that residents become a minimum of a social club member, and the buy-in for that is around $5,000. And this is a Toll Brothers community. Average sale price in February was $766,936, and there were 8 homes that sold, and there are 6 more pending. And this is good news for this community. This is better than the last few months. So I'm really hopeful seeing these new numbers. Last year, this time, there were only 2 homes sold, and there was almost 2 years of inventory. So sales have been pretty slow in this community over the last year. So it's good to see some movement in there right now, and it's going in the right direction. We have 55 active listings right now. 17 of those are new builds, and we have about 11 and a half months of inventory, which is about half of what it was this time last year when we had about 2 years of inventory. So homes are ranging in price right now in here from $445,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot villa to $2.7 million for a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath furnished, like turnkey, right on the golf course home that was built just last year in 2024. All of these communities that I've mentioned today have videos that you can go back and watch and learn more about them to see what the homes and amenities look like. So please be sure to check those out. I'll put links in the description below. That wraps up this video. I hope you found this helpful. My name is Michelle Seymour, and I am an Arizona realtor that covers the area west of Phoenix, also known as the West Valley. And I get phone calls every day from people just like you that are thinking about making the move here to Arizona. So if that's you and you're thinking about moving in the next day, week, or even month from now, please be sure to shoot me a text, send me an email, or give me a call, and I would be more than happy to help. Also, if this is your first time to my channel, please be sure to hit the bell and subscribe so that you can be the first to learn about anything new happening here in Arizona. Until next time, thanks for joining me today.